Submitted 17 hours ago by Voivode Ordo, reconsidering whether to keep doing roll under ability checks in basic fantasy. Players consistently confused as to whether to roll high or low because attack rolls are also d20 options. Asterisk, change nothing. I think this is formatted. They meant to format this as a list of which options, but a little bit of lack of formatting and a lack of punctuation. Hey, Terrence, I've gone full morning zoo. Yeah, there's, I know I've always meant to want to have some of this stuff, but I've gotten around to getting one of those Streamlabs kind of things so I can have stuff at a button, but Melon added these kind of silly things right in the interface. So I'm gonna sprinkle them probably overly liberally in this stream, and then people are gonna ask me later on, why are all these air horns and laugh tracks and claps in here? And I'll say, well, I'm just messing around. Okay, so it seems like the options they are considering is, first is just change nothing. Confusion is beneficial because I don't want people relying on ability checks anyway. That seems to be a very silly reasoning. Why would you? I mean, they can only rely on them as much as you let them. And if they're trying to do stuff that's ability check, I don't know. I don't, that one doesn't make sense to me, but whatever. They don't mind the confusion. Change nothing. Hey, fine. Secondly, next option, change the die roll scored to rolled to 3d6 so it's visually distinct. Can vary the number of d6 for difficulty. I'm not sure that's going to reduce confusion. If they're confused by the simple way, maybe making it a different roll 3d6, well then it'll sit in their brain slightly differently. So they'll say, oh, this is a different system. Maybe not, but I feel like that just might bring in more confusion. And then if you're going to vary the number for difficulty, that's just going to make it seem even more potentially confusing. So it's an interesting idea, but I'm not sure I'm down with it. Oh, Ironcaster, you have a stream deck for a soundboard. Yeah, see, that's on my kind of to-do list at some point. I would like to do it. Next option they're considering is rolling high versus a DC. Use the mod, not the score on a D20 a la DCC. Ability checks become very unpredictable because of BX range modifiers. Roll under a base chance on a D6, again, visually distinct. Here are my thoughts. I think if you are going to do away with the ability check, I might do something like, if I was going to do the DC, D20 something, I would probably rely then on class stuff. Because really what we're doing is you're really thinking of your attributes as for skills. I would say you could keep them or do one of your other things. If you're just doing like raw strength, like your lift gates, bend bars thing, something that's just raw strength, nothing else matters. You're not using strength as a stand-in for athletics or some other skill. Fine, you might say, well, then you're kind of back to doing this. But I'm guessing that that's more rare, that this is more about, or I'm going to make the assumption this is more about these skills that in BX or something similar kind of roll up into your attribute. So instead of having an athletic skill, you roll under strength instead. What I would do is leverage your different classes. So you might say, okay, if you're a fighter, I'm going to presume that fighters are extremely athletic. That's kind of their thing. So I'll use their fighter class level and do the D20 plus their fighter class level, blah, 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 to do that. If you're doing something thiefly, you already have kind of thief skills already in there, but if there's something else that doesn't fall under the 3 or 4 or 5, whatever, well-defined, explicit thief skills, but something else you feel like is thiefly, roll plus your thief level and go that way. Ultimately, I think if the rolling under is confusing and you can't explain it, I like to explain it this way. Maybe this will help, maybe this won't help. That what you're trying to do with your attack rolls is you're trying to overcome something. And so as you're trying to overcome it, you are trying to roll above it. That's overcoming. When you're rolling under an attribute, you're trying to see if it is within you. Do I have the strength? Is it within my strength to open up this, to bang down this gate or open it up or lift it up or not? Since I'm rolling within myself, then maybe I would say I'm rolling under. I'm rolling within something, I'm rolling under. I'm trying to overcome something, I'm rolling over. Terrence says rolling under is pretty damn easy. He might have some genuine dumb bunnies in his group. Even our group could grasp the black hack despite having our brains worn smooth by Pathfinder. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe he's just not explaining correctly. I do get it though, because like with my group, we play our schedule's so off and on, and we only play for a short time that I kind of have to fairly consistently remind folks about what they're trying to roll for and how they're trying. So I understand that, but I haven't had a hard time. I just say, yeah, roll under, and they go, okay, and they roll under. So I'm not sure, but different folks find different things. But I would say if you could explain to them, like, hey, rolling under means you're kind of rolling within you. I haven't had people complain too much about it. If I'm going to go through the trouble of trying to figure out how to do the mechanic, I would just keep it as is, merely for the pure raw attribute checks, and then do some other way, leveraging your level or your to hit or something else to do skills that would be more in line with the mechanic that they're used to. I've babbled on about that long enough.
Next.